happening, YouTube? Welcome back. I got my boy right here, G Money, otherwise known as Greg Hearing. He's actually one of my co-workers here at the dealership, so we're just kind of hanging out. We're a little bored, so we decided to make a video, okay? So today, we're actually gonna go ahead and take a look at the MyLink system in the Silverado. Show you a couple quirks and features. But what do you say, G? Should we get the show on the road?
Let's get rolling.
You heard him, guys. We'll see you in a bit. All right, guys. So here we have the Chevrolet Silverado, the new body style, 2019. We're going to go ahead and dive right on into it and hop inside. So what we're going to talk about today is going to be the infotainment system here. So let's get on in and let's get this all set up. All right, guys, welcome to the 2019 Chevrolet Silverado MyLink system. So what we're going to do today is we're going to hang out here for a little while and learn a little bit about this new software that we have on our products. Now, the new software, I think it's very user-friendly. Whenever you purchase your vehicle right now, as you'll see, you're going to be on demo mode. The demo mode, as soon as you guys take it off, you put not in demo vehicle. You can always view the terms and agreement on there. But for all purposes, we're going to keep it on the demo unit now, and we'll go to continue here. So, a couple really cool things on the new software here is the simplicity still there. So, we see everything on kind of like the interface of what we would have our cell phones. So, I'm going to try to zoom in just a little bit here. Sorry for the shaky camera there. But, so right in here, we're going to have your audio application. I'm going to turn off the audio right now. Then we have our phone application, our Wi-Fi hotspot. So for those of you who don't know, with every Buick and Chevrolet vehicle, or just GM vehicles in general, we're going to have access to OnStar, which is going to give us a little bit more features like Wi-Fi calling, use basically your minutes through OnStar. You also have the option for connecting up to 7 devices to your computers and tablets, that kind of stuff. So you'll have a couple of those things. Now, what's new on this one here is you actually have the capability to use different user profiles. So once you go into users, you can actually basically set up the vehicle to work to your specific needs. And what you'll notice here too is you have on the new trucks the new key fob. So sometimes, depending on however many users you have, that key fob will register to that, which is really cool. So as soon as you unlock the car or unlock it, whatever it is, to get in and start the car, then that user will go ahead and pop up automatically. So you can go in here and create a user profile. You just hit create. So this feature will be available once we get it out of the purchase mode or the demo mode. So, but we can always talk about that in a later video. Okay, right here through settings now. I encourage a lot of people to go in here through the settings, because this definitely makes a huge difference. So if you go on to settings, right in here, you can change a lot of options here. So from time, language, phones, Wi-Fi networks, Wi-Fi hotspot. We also have things for privacy, display, sounds, voice, favorites. Okay, a lot of really cool stuff that's on here. Okay, most of this on things like your Wi-Fi networks, you can go in there and create your Wi-Fi hotspot passwords and that kind of stuff on there too for your Wi-Fi on there. Now, applications, you'll have certain things like Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. So be aware of this, guys, because with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, you want to make sure that these are on. So as soon as you guys connect that device, it can go ahead and start the Apple CarPlay. If you have purchased a vehicle and for some reason are having issues getting Android Auto or Apple CarPlay, my advice would be to come into this page here, turn them on or off, or just make sure in general that they're on. Okay. So right over here, you also have different things for your audio, tones, settings, volume, manage your favorites. A lot of really cool stuff. Some of the audio options you can actually do in the audio app itself. For climate, you have your different options there here. Okay. For your phone, you'll have your options for phone. You can go on there, your number if you have one connected, active call view, okay, privacy, only show call alerts, okay. A lot of really cool stuff. And then just depending on whether you guys have linked your vehicle to the car, if you do trade out of it later down the road, my recommendation would be to coming here and deleting all the vehicle contacts, because some of those actually merge right on over. So keep an eye on that. Okay. So probably one of my favorite parts is this area here, the vehicle. So once you guys click on vehicle, you'll have a couple of options that allow you to really adjust your preferences on how you drive, and also, just the comfort for your ride. So a couple things here. All of our Chevrolet vehicles come with rear seat reminder. Rear seat reminder comes on standard. It's on for a lot of people that don't have kiddos or don't store a lot of things in the back, or it's a rare thing. You can always shut this feature off. Just click on here. Basically what that'll do is when you shut your engine off, as soon as you shut it off and you've arrived at your destination, right over to the let me turn the camera here, right over to the information cluster here, you're going to see right in this area, you're going to see the rear seat reminder. So a little chime will shine up, and then right in the middle of that screen you'll see, hey, check your back seat. But that'll always happen when you park. Okay, so if you don't like that feature, just click out of it, turn it off. Climate and air quality, if we go right on here, so we have your auto fan speed. You can go ahead and adjust your auto speed there, and it kind of tells you, once you kind of click on your selection there, what options those selections have. So it'll tell you right to the right hand side. So right now everything's set up for auto medium speed. Auto defog and auto rear defog, I think those are always great. So this works out good when you're doing your remote start. If you remote start your vehicle, it's super chilly outside, or maybe there's some frost on the windshield, it'll go ahead and do the auto login right on there. So I'm going to take a quick 2-second break. I have a client that came in, and we'll catch up here in a bit. All right, and we are back. So I had to help one of my clients, but let's move on forward. So we were looking at the settings here for vehicle settings. We went through a couple of these already. Collision detection systems, once you get in here, rear camera park assist. Now, depending on the package that you guys get, there may be an array of lists here. So depending on whether you have front sensors, parking sensors, whether you have the upgraded system with your technology package, there's going to be a lot more options here that you can go ahead and adjust. So it's definitely something that I would advise to visit on here. Okay, now let's go ahead and take a look here. I'm going to adjust the camera there so you can see it centered. You also have comfort and convenience. With comfort and convenience on this particular model, you're just going to get your volume chime. A couple other things that you'll have, depending on the model that you select, there's going to be automatic window roll down. So basically with your key fob, you can basically have it set up. So a couple things you can do: automatic folding mirrors. So you'll have them on LTZ or Premier. You just press and hold the lock button for about 6 seconds as you walk away from your vehicle, and the mirrors will go ahead and fold right on in. Okay, a couple other things that you would have under that package, that would be a list here that you can select, such as what we do there. You'll be able to select whether you want on and off the automatic window roll down. So you can go ahead and press the unlock button, hold it for 6 seconds, and all 4 windows will go ahead and come on down. Okay, so let's look at a couple other things there. Okay, why is this camera moving? Sorry guys. So what we'll do, I see it slowly kind of moving there. Okay, so what we'll do here is we'll click back here. Okay, now we'll go into lighting. So right in the lighting, you'll have vehicle locator lights. You can always adjust how long it takes for the lights to go ahead and shut off, so you'll have that capability right on there. Okay, now here's what I'm going to do. Okay, so sorry guys, I'm just kind of setting up this camera system here. Now, right over here, you'll also have power door locks. So if you go on here, there's a couple options: open door anti-lock, out, auto door locks, all doors, delayed door lock. So depending on how you want things set up, you can go ahead and turn on some of these features. You want to test them out to see how on your day-to-day use they work out and how they can benefit for you. So open door anti-lock out. Basically what it is if you leave your keys inside the vehicle, okay, and you leave them, as soon as you were to lock, it will detect that this is still in here and go ahead and open it up. So open door anti-lock out. That's one I would suggest to have on. Auto door locks, so you can click on here. Auto door lock specifies which, if any, door will automatically unlock when the vehicle is shifted into park. So when you shift into park, all doors will unlock, or just driver's door. So if you have kiddos, family, and you're the driver, I would probably select this one just to be safe with your kiddos in the back, because I know sometimes as soon as I get to the grocery store, my kids like wanting to get out of there. So that's a good safety feature there. But you can also leave it on all doors. So if you have all adults and you just hit the park, then all the doors, or you can just disable that feature completely. Delayed door lock is also another option there. Now, a really cool thing here that we have is also going to be the remote lock, unlock, and start. So some of these features are based on, the remote starter here. Remote start, auto heated seats. This is awesome during the winter. So especially whether you have cloth or leather seats, sometimes when you get out there, everything's chilly. As you remote start, the heated seats will come on to kind of get everything nice and toasty. Remote window operation. So depending on once again your package, this one will have it. You can click it on, and I'll kind of show that to you guys later. Passive door unlock, driver only. Okay. Passive door lock. Okay. So a couple of these things you can activate. So passive door lock specifies if the vehicle will automatically lock or lock and alert you after all the doors are closed and you walk away from the vehicle with the remote keyless entry. So depending on what you like to do to better remember whether keeping this or leaving it behind, set it up to your convenience. Okay. We'll keep going down here. Those are all the options for the feedback on the remote unlock with light feedback. I like this because, one, I'm deaf. Two, I can see things. So the flashlights and the lights and the horn are great feedback to let you know that your vehicle's locked. So all I have to do is double press. Okay. And obviously, since we're in the demo mode and we're inside, the vehicle doesn't beep. But the lights flash, and then you can also sound the horn. Okay. Now let's go back here. One of my other favorite things is that we've added what's called Teen Driver. So with Teen Driver, it basically allows you to assign one of these keys to one of your teens to drive the vehicle. But what it does is it allows other features such as being able to give little report cards on their drive, setting up speed limits, setting off safety components. So one of the things that a lot of our teens like to do, they like to jam out in the car and drive. Well, we want to make sure that they actually wear their seatbelt. So one of the things that happens is that the MyLink system becomes disabled to do any entertainment, and basically as long as your teen has the seatbelt on, that's a prerequisite for them to be able to listen to or do any form of entertainment in the car. So really cool stuff there. Here you would set up a pin. So we're going to go into just a generic pin there. Set. Teen Driver pin successfully set. Okay. So right here you can view report card, manage your settings, change your pin number, set up keys, and clear all teen keys. So the cool thing about it is obviously, once you guys set up for your Teen Driver, you can program a key, but later down the road, if either the teen lost its privilege or whether the teen has now their own vehicle and you want to get out of the automatic registry of a key, you can now do it there. Okay. So really cool stuff. Now, let's dive into this guy here. So if your teen tries to get in here and tries to override it, they won't be able to. So let's see here, right on managing settings, audio volume limit, set audio volume limit, teen driver speed limiter, teen driver speed warning, set teen driver speed warning. So here, those are some of the things that you can kind of manage your teen on. So here we can kind of set things up. So let's say that the teen is only supposed to be in city. There should be no reason why in the city the teen should be going, especially here in Grand Junction. I think the highest speed limit around here is going to be 45 in city. So you can set it up to 45 or just give him a little bit of room there and set it up to 50. But obviously to your guys' discretion. Okay. Right over here, let's see here. You can always adjust the volume chime there so they can't go over a certain volume limit. But the audio volume limit specifies the audio and sound limited for teen drivers. Adjust to maximum volume. So obviously a lot of the teens, you know, just like to rock out to music. So a couple things you can also control right on there. Okay. So the other cool thing with this program is that you can kind of, you can use the teen driver, you can talk to your insurance as well. They may qualify for insurance discounts while using teen driver because you can also enter in those report cards and drive times to your insurance company to kind of help you guys out with that. So let's go back on to here, Valet mode. Valet mode is another great option here. With the Valet mode, you can go ahead and basically enter... Whoops, let me get out of there. With Valet mode, you can go ahead and lock certain features of the infotainment system. Okay, so now that's here to get out of the Valet mode. So let's say that you hand your keys off to the valet. They are going to go in there and mess around with your stuff. Well, they're not going to. This will go ahead and also keep things locked up for you. Okay, to unlock, very simple. Unlock, and then it frees the full infotainment system. That way your valet is not out there rocking out or jamming out to your speakers. Sometimes there's probably been, I'm sure there has been, a story of some valet kid just blasting those speakers because you have Bose, they want to test them out, and then all of a sudden you have some damaged speakers. So this covers the settings option here. So there's a couple things that you can do. You can go ahead, you can hit the home button down here, but there's also a physical home button right onto your dashboard there. Okay, so some of these are still options such as your volume control here, your select down there. So if you don't like using the touchscreen, you can still do your button options there. Okay, now we're going to focus on just the touchscreen today. So we're going to go ahead and use the features of the touchscreen right there. So what we'll do is we'll click on the home. Takes us back here. Now, next to that, you're going to have Android Auto and Apple CarPlay right here. All you guys have to do is go ahead and connect your phones. Once your phones are connected, these little emblems here will have colors that go ahead and plug in. So as soon as you plug in your phone, this will turn green and this will turn blue. It'll let you know that the vehicle recognizes the phone and can go from there. We're going to do a separate video on this because the Apple CarPlay in itself has a lot more features. And I'm using my phone to record this video. So we'll touch back on that as well. Now with the new setup here, you also have the trailering app. The trailering app can go ahead and set up any tests to set up your trailer. Press start by pressing start will cycle your trailer lights on and off so you can check if they're working. Park your vehicle to use this feature. So we'll hit start. So everything here, exit your vehicle and inspect the trailer lights as they turn on. So this is a good way before you take off to go ahead and make sure everything's running the way it's supposed to be with your connection. Okay, now depending on the package that you have, this is a very basic package right now on the LT models. This is a basic trailering package. If we look at other models such as the Trail Boss or some of the luxury models like the High Country or LTZ, there's actually going to be a full trailering package app, and we'll take a look at that on a separate video. But that will allow you guys to set up profiles for different trailers. So this makes it really unique because it organizes everything. So you'll have little files of different trailering. So if you're trailering your camper or whether you're trailering your trailing for cargo, you're going to be able to select which trailer you're using, and then it's going to adjust all the settings and the connection for that trailer. So it basically adjusts everything right on there. And if you have some of the smart systems that you have with the cameras, it'll angle things a little bit different once you select that specific one. Okay. Now, you'll notice right off to the bottom, right here, there's 3 little dots. Whoops. Let me go back here. There's 3 little dots there. That lets you know which screen you're on. So it's an easy swipe. Okay. This one here basically allows you to have a radio option here and the phone that is connected right on there. So pretty cool feature there. So if we swapped off to the right, we're going to have other applications here that we can access to. So we can go to apps, my apps, and we can download further apps on the app store that they provide through GM. So you can always log into the My Chevrolet or the OnStar services to download more apps. For climate, so we have access to climate on the touchscreen here. Okay, once you turn on, everything is going to have your climate options on the touchscreen. What I like about this is that it gives you a little bit more of a nicer visual if you're wanting to adjust things there. But one of the cool things is we don't like to keep our climate options just there. We also have them at the bottom. So you'll actually have some manual options here. So as you'll see a separate component for climate down here. This is important because at any point, if you guys are traveling, and your screen becomes disabled, then at that point you won't have access to natural creature comforts such as climate control, as well as heated seats, like you'll see right over here. Okay, so for a lot of those that have one of those new Dodges that have a full infotainment system where everything is reliant on the screen, that can kind of become a little bit of a bump in the road, or a couple of the Fords as well have that. I'm not saying that their product is not good, but it's something to keep in mind because if one thing fails, at least you have a backup plan for it. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look. And remember, every time you get lost, if you get lost, just hit the home button and it's going to bring you right back to this area. Now, for the first time in a while, I think the introduction to this was in the 2018 models of the Chevrolet Colorado. We were allowed access to the backup camera right from the application. Okay, so I know you guys don't see this very well, but this is there we go, a little bit better lighting there. This is going to be the showroom. Right now I'm parked inside the showroom at the dealership, but this shows us here the backup camera. Okay, what I like about it here is that as you're driving, you can also access the backup camera for a total of 10 seconds. So that's going to be something that's available for you. So if you're pulling something or have anything for a trailer, you can quickly check to make sure all the connections are still fine, things haven't fallen out of the trailer, or sometimes just checking in general what's going on behind you. But for safety purposes, it only keeps it there for a total of 10 seconds. The other option that you also have is going to be the trailer and guidance line. So you're going to see this little line there. Then you would have your little ball hitch down there. So it'll help you align everything. And this is more of the park assists. Typically within your lines here, the red line kind of tells you you're about 1.5 feet or about 1 foot away from any physical objects that might be in that area. Okay, so once again, since you're in the camera system, this stayed on for obviously longer than 10 seconds because the vehicle's not in motion. So if you need to go back out of there, all you have to do is click on the little home button here and it takes you right back to the main screen once again here. Okay, we'll scroll off to the right. The My Chevrolet app is a really cool app. I wish I could show you a little bit more of it, but it comes in 2 options. You're going to have something wrong with trying to install. And part of this is going to be once you get out of the demo mode, you'll be able to access this application here. But the My Chevrolet option allows you to sync a lot of the information from your phone and kind of go back and forth with a couple of your phone options. Okay, so the other cool thing is towards the bottom, you also have quick links. So if you're in different applications, let's say you're in audio here, but you want to go ahead and take care of something with climate, you can just click here and it's a quick little shortcut. Click onto your phone or click onto any form of navigation if you've had OnStar service navigation. Really cool stuff. Okay. So this is the Chevrolet MyLink system update. As you guys can see, very user friendly. The whole setup is meant to just be simple. So one thing that I want to show you guys too, at any point, if you guys want to go ahead and turn off your screen, you can simply press and hold here, and then the screen gets disabled to see what you see there. Once you're ready to go back on, you just press there and you're good to go. Well, thanks for joining us today at the Chevy Nerd. Hopefully this video has been helpful to you. If any questions, make some comments below. Obviously, you've made it this far through the video. If you guys are liking the content, please like and subscribe. And once again, any questions, you guys can feel free to give me a call, 970-623-5683. I'll leave it in the link below. As well as feel free to visit my Chevrolet website for edbozarth.com here in Grand Junction. Once again, any questions, want to set up a test drive, or just come on down and learn a little bit more, contact or ask for the Chevy Nerd, or just ask for Joel Soria, and we'll be here to help you out. All right, guys, stay out of trouble.